Hey friends, it's Joe from DadBod. Today it's around 60 degrees in Tokyo, and it's 60 degrees in Tokyo. It's raining a little bit, and we're gonna do a long run. So today we got a 5-mile run, which should be a lot of fun. So let me pop you on my head, put my phone in my pocket, and we'll figure this thing out. But happy to see you, friends. All right, put you up here. It has been a crazy couple days, but me and Felicia have done a lot of praying and discerning, and making some pretty wild choices here. I'm not going to share all those yet because some things still need to come to fruition. We have shared them with our little spiritual advisory board, which everyone should have a spiritual advisory board. There should be someone in your life that you can be like, hey, this is my life right now, and this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm thinking. Let me know if I'm just absolutely crazy or on the right path. So they're aware of it. But we're taking some pretty wild risks here. We'll see if they pan out. Oh, let me turn that on. Now, we don't have back pain today, but I'd say I have some tension here. Let's start jogging. We'll see. I mean, hopefully nothing bad. Have in my we foam roll things around. So normally I'll metric inform how my body feels. Man, it's gorgeous today. Absolutely beautiful. Everything's flowering. Cherry blossom season is over. But now we get all the other fun stuff. I don't even know what that is. It's beautiful. It smells great. But yeah, what I will disclose about our transition, potentially, without revealing too much, because I'm still in conversations, is I think we're gonna make life in Japan work. Felicia and I are gonna take some very substantial chances or risks, but step forward and see if we could truly make it here. There's some ifs, there's some things that need to pan out, but we're starting to approach this cliff where something's got to happen. So I'm hopeful we'll make it work. Now we just wait and see. Whew. But it's amazing how in life sometimes just a couple conversations can radically shift your perspective on what's important and what you're going to resolve to do. Because in our situation, which is quite nuanced, there are many factors that we're just not in control of. Many factors we can't steer, and a lot of which have radical impact on the trajectory of our family's life. And we're trying to figure out when you stop exerting all your efforts trying to change what you can't change. And how do we take pause, step back, and figure out or ask ourselves, you know, where can I control things? What can I diligently work at to improve my situation, right? To improve my family situation. How do I put my effort aggressively, again, diligently, into those spaces? But sometimes we will diligently put our effort into things that can't move, that can't shift. And we'll exasperate ourselves so much on those paths for various reasons. For me, a lot of it was driven by both a strange mix of fear and loyalty. Again, things won't be disclosed yet, because things aren't decided. You know, but there's this moment where you start to realize, oh shoot, maybe I legitimately need to pivot all effort, all focus to an alternative path and wait and see. And that's kind of, I think, what this weekend and a couple conversations, a couple of which were negative, one was positive. I think that's what's really amazing about life. It's just a couple conversations with external folk, a couple really tough conversations, you know, with your partner about the real reality of things, right? No cushion, no fluff. This is literally where we're at, right? Like, those moments, once they breathe clarity, once you resolve to redirect all effort towards something you can shape and control, something really, really profound occurs. It's a gift, honestly. So, I don't know. I'm beginning to have peace with some of our proposed undisclosed choices. And I'm undisclosed until things are decided externally and resolved. How gozaimasu. So that's I think that's where I'm at. I'm in a posture of, I'll say, a posture of almost hopeful. Like, we almost got this figured out. It's not figured out. It's still moving. It's still tricky. But things are moving in a good enough direction that I think we have a way. But it's a way with some risks. And what's nice is me and Felicia, we are tied at the hip, man. We are fully committed to our why, and our why's not the same. That's the other really really neat aspect of an exercise we just did. One of the really neat aspects of an exercise we did was like I mapped out a 10-week plan, all the logistical things that need to happen, with a mix of pessimism and optimism. And we'll see, man. We'll see where all of this lands. But we mapped out an addition. Sorry, my brain floated for a minute. We mapped out, our 6 biggest fears of taking our next jump as a family. Finding a new path and finding conviction in that path. But in addition to mapping out our 6 biggest fears, right at the top, right to the left of it, we had a section for Joe's why, with 5 reasons why. For building a life in Japan. And then we had a section at the top for Felicia's why. And what's beautiful about it, we have some very strong overlaps, but I have a couple of very deep motivating whys that come from me that aren't as much of a value to Felicia, but she can see and support why they are so deeply valuable to me and what they mean to me. And in the same way, she has a couple where they're definitely different than my top 5 of reasons why, but so powerful. And when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, well, I really want that. That makes a lot of sense. Oh man, it's a splash run. I gotta avoid all these puddles. So today, if you're just popping on, we got 5 miles today. If my body will go for it. We've had quite a few shifts in our life that I'm navigating. First of which, 2 weeks ago, we got a surgical procedure to stop our ability to repopulate the earth. We've had 4 kids. That is enough. But I was maimed and sewed back together, which was a constraint on my fitness journey. So we're 2 weeks post-op, so this is kind of like our first attempt at a long run. The second thing, which is new, is I've been experimenting with intermittent fasting and trying to get, really I'm using it not as an eating disorder, right, but as a lever, as a tool to see if it can increase my cognition of when I'm eating, what I'm eating, why I'm eating. Again, to get a little bit more control over my health and well-being. I don't know if I'll do it forever, but it means that I am coming into these long runs perhaps fueled a little differently. So those are the two health things I'm trying to be mindful of right now. Is recovering from surgery, and also my energy levels are gonna look and feel different because this is the first long run I've ever done coming in fasted, and also coming out of it I need to think about how and when I refuel and still honor the way that I fast. So lots of little nuance there. Exciting stuff. There's Oji-san. He's our best friend. He's a older, slightly heavier Japanese guy. We've never had a full conversation, but we always smile at each other. It's a hoot. Both out here getting better. Ohayou gozaimasu. He's my best friend. Oh, me and Oji-san, we go way back. I've been passing him on this trail for over a year now. He's like a goldfish, a friend that smiles back. Oji-san. Now, I'm petering, so I'm gonna take one of my gooey packets. If you've been with me on my runs, you know this is like the least desirable substance on planet Earth for me. And it's always random when I grab out of the bag, so let's see. Jet blackberry, nice. Sounds terrible. And we're trying to make it to Big Blue out there. So hopefully this little packet will show us the way. Disgusting. Okay. Glad I'm done with that. All right. So I think I'm in the point of the experience where I am capable of running. Okay? Like, fully within my capability. Harder than I genuinely desire to do. Yeah. Having a newborn baby at home. Still slightly sleep deprived. You know. It's not. I'm still post-surgery. My strength, rhythm, and routine is suboptimal. Like, I'm just getting back into it post-operatively. My eating and refuel cycles they're not fully figured out. And I just had a gooey packet on an empty stomach. We'll see how that works. We're sore. We have some back tension. Calves and shins are all right. So it's one of those things where, like, we're pushing towards the 2 mile marker, which should be out past those fields near a tree line. And the 2.5 mile marker is just under that blue bridge, which looks deceptively closer than it actually is. But this whole run, from a head game perspective, it is within my capability, but it's not pleasurable or desirable. It's really freaking hard. It's uncomfortable. And I would much rather walk it. But, hear me out. I am capable of doing it. So if we stop and piddle patter around right now, the only one we cheat is ourselves. It's the same way in your life, or my life, our life. You know, if we hop on our phone and scroll a whole bunch of crap for the first hour of our day, the only one we cheat is ourselves. Gotta get our shoes on. Gotta get out of the house. Gotta go claim something for your life. The future you will thank you for, but future you's gonna be too busy to thank you because they're progressing themselves waiting for a compliment from future you, right? We keep getting better, we keep working, we don't stop, we progress. Because if we're not, I want to be careful not getting too toxic with this, but for the most part, if we're not progressing, it's likely that we're regressing. We're losing strength, we're losing endurance, we're moving towards a more sedentary lifestyle. We regress. The exception, because I said for the most part, is as you make some progress and you're transitioning towards a new program or something different, I would encourage you, give yourself a week or two of maintain mode. But that's an intentional choice, right? That's like, so for instance, for me, I built a half marathon training program, totally free. It's built into a Google Classroom. It's great. Great. But at the end of that half marathon, the last week or so, I started talking about what's your next. And the reason being, if you train towards a half marathon and you run the half marathon and it was so hard to get there, and then you get the relief and skip your Tuesday lift, and I finally get to sleep in a little bit on Wednesday, and you get in this loop to let it go a little, celebrate. No. So during the last week and a half, I talked about the importance of that box. Critical that you identify, that you stay hungry for progress, or you resolve to stabilize at a new normal. But stabilization is still a choice. It still takes intention and time. It doesn't happen on its own. You stabilize. So when I finished the half marathon, what stabilization looked like for me, being a 300-pound guy that trained up for a half marathon. My wife was pregnant and expecting our fourth child, baby Akio, who now walks the earth, crawls the earth, just kind of lays on the earth and cries if he's left face down for tummy time too long. Kid lacks initiative, just kidding. But so because of that, I was interested in building like the DadBod full marathon experience. I was like, it's the wrong season to train up to run a full. From a time commitment, it's a huge undertaking. A half is still very difficult. A full, it's a different level of difficult. It may be my future now, though. We'll see. So because of that, what I looked at doing was, I was like, well, DadBod is 16 weeks. It's broken into 4 blocks. In each block, there are 3 strength workouts and 3 run workouts. And I was like, well, what if I just redo 16 weeks worth of the strength workouts? So, workouts 1A, 1B, 1C, repeat those 4 weeks. Then do 2A, 2B, 2C, do those, right? Like, just lock in the rhythm of strength, because it's an hour a day. I can do that. That's my normal, Everyone has a different normal. that they start with or reach. And then for the runs, I was like, well, I really like the recovery Wednesdays. I really like the interval training, which are called fartleks. I like doing those on Fridays. And I was like, Mondays are the long runs. They're tough. I like having that long endurance. I also like processing life like this verbally for an hour or so. But as the long runs get longer, I'm gone longer, or I'm waking up at 3:30 and 3 in the morning to get it done before the kids go to school. And I was like, training up to a full or even a half doesn't make sense. But I still want to have the ability to quickly train up to a full or a half if an opportunity arose. So what I landed on doing, which is still kind of what I've been doing, is approaching a mini ladder. Recognizing that for long runs, 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, and 4 mile, those aren't long runs for me anymore. I have a new normal. And a new normal is a good thing. By the way, we're almost at 2.5 miles. So that doesn't make sense. But running 5, 6, 7, 8, well, that's within my capability. But each time I gotta carve out an hour and 15 minutes to 2 hours. And it gives me a momentum from building up a little farther. And then once I hit 8 miles on the 4th week of the block, bring it back down to 5, so that the time commitment doesn't get crazy, which you start to experience at like 9, 10, 11, 12, and then anything beyond that for a full marathon. Here we go, friends. 2.5 miles in 3, 2, 1. Turn it back. Keep going. Keep the faith. So, halfway done. So for me, I wanted to stabilize in a way where I got some of my time back. Early, harder. Waking up a pregnant wife or a postpartum wife with a new baby, which she is right now, but she's 2 months postpartum. Akio sleeps fairly decent, and I put on Bluey upstairs, which the children are a moth to the flame with Bluey. But I know right there, finishing my long run, ETA 6:40, boom. Right? It's always right when we start talking about her. Alright, so she's like, hey, can you take the baby and feed him? Because she's tired. I was like, I can't. I'm running. But she only has to hold out for 30 minutes. Oh, how can you say, well, yeah. So I just gotta keep plunking along. But if this were a different day and I was running 9, 10 miles, she'd have to feed Akio again, get woken up by kids, get them all fed, get all their lunches packed, get them out to school. Instead, right now, even though it's tricky, she'll give Akio a quick feed. They'll both snuggle back to sleep after about 12 minutes. On the other days of the week, when that request hits, I am home and I do take Akio. It's just today's timing of long run, right? But I right fit it for this season of life. Whew. And that's pretty cool. So anyway, DadBod took me 116 days to train up for a half marathon, and I had run 2 half marathons prior to that as a big boy. I'm 300 pounds, 6'3", Yakukuchi centimeters, which means I'm like 190 centimeters for all you metric enthusiasts out there. And then after completing that half marathon, recording all the workouts, rather than stopping because, oh, it's a bad time for a full marathon, oh, it's a bad time for a half marathon, I got to work. I put in the time. I stabilized over an additional 116 days, which puts us at day 240. And I didn't backslide. I haven't pushed up to a half marathon, but my overall health and well-being is definitely far better than day 0. If you asked me to run a half marathon tomorrow, I could probably walk it, and I would probably be hurting a little bit. But it's like stretchable. If you asked me to run one in 6 weeks, as opposed to 16 weeks, that I could probably ladder up to. Each long run, have to double step it, like 5 miles, 7 miles, 9 miles, 11 miles, 12, 13.2 or whatever. You only want a light week, like a 6 mile the week before instead of a 11 mile. You don't want to just take it to the moon unless you're training up for a full marathon and picking up a half on the way. I'm just breathing a little bit. So after running 2 sets through the program, first set to run the half marathon, second set to keep the level of physique, and even with that I still made some strength gains near the back end of stabilizing. I actually started to pick up on a couple stability instabilities, couple weak spots, had some periodic minor injuries that would take me out of a long run from time to time. Yeah, just working, processing all that, working my current system, broadening my system out, trying to figure out how do I rehab this thing or that thing. Also during that time, I discovered 2 key accounts on YouTube. First one being Squat University, who's an amazing power lifter, physical therapist, who just has a brilliant approach to rehabilitation and renewal of strength and restoration. So he's been super helpful. And the second account would be the Knees Over Toe guy. I started rolling in some of his workouts just to see where there were gaps. And like one gap that was massive that I had a huge blind spot to as I continue to learn how to train myself was like hip flexor. Both hip flexor range of motion and hip flexor strength. And what I found was at times on some of my long runs that fell short due to hip kind of lockout pain and some back pain manifestation. I thought it was hamstring related, so I was rehabbing and building hamstrings, which is still important, still a key puzzle piece. But what I found doing the knees over toe guy stuff is I was like, oh my gosh, I am beyond asymmetric. Like, massive shift in overall range of motion, strength, and stability for the hip flexor. And part of it, like, I didn't know how to stretch or work that thing. Maybe it has to do with how I sit, because I always cross one leg. Maybe I need to cross the other leg. This is interesting. But by the way, friends, we tired, all right? We're at 3 miles out of 5. We're still a little bit in no man's land here. I'm talking to keep my head out of the woe is me, and also keep from drawing things out. Walking is not bad. Walking is a wonderful tool to keep in your back pocket, and when we start training for a half marathon, it's vital. Actually, for the first 4 weeks of my program, I train you up to walk a 5K with good form, safely, with strength and endurance. As soon as I said good form, I immediately tucked my tailbone, pulled my abs up a little bit, tightened my back, leaned forward. I was like, oh, I'm running lazy because I'm tired. Gotta lock in that form. So walking's a great tool, very helpful. And if I start walking right now, I will still be burning calories. It's still great, and it works a different subset of your core and leg muscles and back muscles, depending on how you do it. We train folks, we being me, train folks to contract your core, tuck your tailbone, get a very gradual but intentional forward lean. Some of y'all need to lean less, some of y'all need to lean more. But nothing wrong with walking, but I can tell running is within my capability right now. But just like every other of this entire experience, it's not fun. Birds! It's just not enjoyable. You know, and I shouldn't take a moment for granted. Life is fragile and short, and you don't want to the sprinkle of the rain, the birds and the flowers, my calm, wheezing, breathing ASMR, talk, running. It's all beautiful. We want to be here for it. But there comes a point in any run where it's not enough. At least for me. Being like, oh, it's so great out here. I'm just so happy that I'm running 3.5 miles at 5:20 in the morning. Oh, yay. Never happens. And again, maybe that's just my mental health journey, but it's like warm, pillowy thoughts beckon me back to bed. You know, or, oh, it would be great if those little four angels of mine, if I just trusted that they're gonna stay in bed and snooze until the opportune time to wake up and have daddy make pancakes. Nope. Get your ass home. That's where I'm at right now. Get home. Because if I didn't get home, the load hits my wife, and then she builds animosity towards me and my fitness journey. I have to resolve to do both, to care for myself so I can care for my wife and care for my kids. The locus of control is within me, right? So that's where we're at with this. That's why I'm still running, even though it sucks really bad, even though there ain't an ounce of it that's fun, I guess, besides whining to all of you. Hi friends, how's the weather? It's great. Oh my gosh, the article is here. The article has arrived. Oh, incredible. Hi oh, what a privilege and honor. I've used that article so many times over my life. You have no idea how much value you have provided to me in my ability to build the best sentences there are. The best. You know what, your mom, I'm gonna be honest here, man. I don't want to run. We have about, did we pass? No. Have about a mile, 1.2 miles. So almost 2 kilograms, kilometers left. I'm pressed. Describe this experience as fun. Maybe in the beginning the flowers and the light drizzle were fun. But at this point I'm like, why do I have to keep breathing, moving, struggling? What's this for? Death comes for us all anyway, right? Who am I? What is consciousness, you know? Basically a complete unraveling of the soul is where we're at. Okay. There's some hyperbole there, okay? Okay, Wi-Fi. Because YouTube stopped sending me chat messages when I run. Don't really know why. It makes my heart sad. So, we'll see if it can reconnect so I can connect with all of you. But hopefully you can still hear me. Struggling, I'm still here. So, crazy life decisions we're making without disclosing too much, because this is public and decisions haven't been aligned in the real world, maybe in the heavenlies from a prayer perspective, and me and Felicia's resolve. But we're gonna find a path to stay in Japan. We don't fully know what that is, how it'll all come together, but we're gonna take a shot at it. See where it all goes. It's okay to only have a second. If you need a second, what? Are you my second? My lieutenant? Lieutenant Diane. I mean, Lieutenant, your mom. There's another happy runner or biker chasing me. It's terrifying. All right, let's go. Got about 0.8 miles left on this 5-mile run. So about a kilometer. We're running pretty solid pace. Look at other messages. Other messages. Here are all my messages. Is the weather bad? Not yet. It's not too hot. It's actually kind of cool. 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Kelvin, which is just Celsius plus 273, I believe. Push, 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 push. Here we go. And then, what else? What else did I miss? Hi, those here. How are you? Well, I thought I gave you quite a good answer. It's okay to have a second one. A second pocket Wi-Fi. What am I talking about? Let's keep pushing. Oh, gozaimasu. Go, go, go. Who else is in the live? It's just you. You, me, and there's this person named The. I don't know where they went. They said hi and left, which is a little disappointing. I would have preferred they say The. Like every comment starts with The. Maybe every comment is just The. But right now I'm the only one live. Whew. We're about to hit some stairs. Oh joy. Our favorite. We are right on the teeter of stop and go. Every couple feet is a choice, laced with questions of how and why. But we're gonna push up. We're gonna get it. We'll see though. We're 0.7 miles up. Let's go. Let's go. Shut up and tell yourself it's short, Joe. Both this run and life. Tuck your core. Woo. We could do that. That momentary pause got me. Brutal. Your mom. What's new in your world? How's your job? This is our first legitimately long run since surgery. We had the privilege of getting a vasectomy 2 weeks ago. So aFamilyFrenzy has been capped. Welcome to the frenzy of our world, raising 4 kids in Japan. No more expansion packs or later seasons. Nothing much, just been chill. That's awesome. I am also super chill. So close. Really want to walk, enjoy my river, walk up the stairs, walk from the stairs, to the overpass stairs, walk down the stairs, walk to the part where my run ends, then walk back. And I'm like, over here like, yeah, but your wife's texted you twice. So she hears kids upstairs. Maybe, just maybe get home. Yeah, suck it up. No more expansion packs. I wish I was on Twitch to clip that. You can't do clips on YouTube. I don't know how to do it, but you would be the very first one. No more expansion packs. We're done. No more DLC, okay? We've milked enough out of our devoted fan community. We're gonna move on to something different. Whew. Our next expansion pack will be, restoring our mental health journey. Staying sane with 4 kids through high school. There might even be a pack called 2 Teenage Girls. Just the season right there. I'm out. Not done. I love when it rains because the river runs high. River run high. I'm out now. I'm capable. I can do it. I can make myself do things I don't like. Which includes my present reality, which includes recording videos and making mistakes, which recruits tedious video edits and other challenging logistical details of the life of a content creator. And it includes, not to use too strong of a word from my friend from the UK, but these bloody stairs. Includes walking the stairs. Holy crap. I'm experimenting with intermittent fasting, and still don't have fuel for the long runs figured out with that eating schedule. So like halfway up that flight, I immediately dropped from, I can do that, to, oh man, how do you feel about passing out and rolling back down these stairs? And I was like, not necessarily the YouTube clip I desire. Want to train for a half marathon with Joe? Good chance you're gonna pass out and roll down the stairs. Bye, bye, bye. What? Not the best campaign. It's okay. It's okay. We pushed really hard today. We're still 2 weeks post-surgery. Sleep hasn't been optimal this week. Me and Felicia have been scrambling and navigating some very tricky conversations. So here we go. So close. But we're gonna make it home. We're gonna do it. But your mom, like a turtle on its back, such a position of power. Turtle's like, the world can't flip me, I flip the earth. Because that's what it feels like to be a turtle on your back, right? You got that whole world up on your back, carrying the team, carrying all of creation. Such a pose of power, balance, and strength. It's like a sumo squatting on one leg. Just beautiful to behold. That is a really great idea. I already see now just this cute turtle upside down. Actually, I would with the turtle right side up, hanging, and the whole big world like a cusp of the world on its back, and then making like, you know, a strength power lifter face. On the top it would be like carrying the team on my back. On the bottom it's like it's all about perspective. Cutest, most motivational turtle t-shirt I've ever seen. I kind of need to wear it right now. We're so close. Woo. Getting close, getting close. Whew. Exactly. Gotta learn how to draw a turtle. Japan, these runs are gonna get fun because this is the season where like everything flowers. And it's a little bit of a generalization, but Japanese folks tend, it's not everybody does it, tend to curate really wonderful gardens. Like it's, part of it's like a Zen Buddhist value. You think of like Zen rock gardens and things like that. Like it just curates mindfulness and reflection to kind of shape and guide a tree, you know, that bonsai style. So that's something I've definitely come to love about living here. It's actually fauna. You know, as things continue to grow on our channel, as I continue to be able to put more time into it, I'm definitely going to bring Shrub of the Day back. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I just take really nice pictures of shrubs. It's actually a workflow problem. Right now I'm trying to get all my short form content optimized so that I could push out a high quantity of very high quality shorts so that they all start to rise a little bit. So your mom, I don't know if you've been to our channel lately, but like the last 8 shorts are kind of my highest editing quality thus far. They take a lot more time, but I did a whole bunch of gear updates so I could eventually build like an armada of hotkeys to just make editing that much more efficient. So we got that going for us. That'll be cool. Shrub of the Day is back. It will. It should come back. is very nice. I gotta win at the short form game, which I feel like I'm on the brink of it. Like the last 8 videos I've posted on YouTube, all over the course of a couple days, have soared to like 10K, which means they make like almost $2 USD. But if the majority of them are sitting in that position and we're having 5 and 30 subs per video, so it means like we're getting impressions, people, and they're like, oh, this is actually very good content, quality content, right? So now that I'm there with that, that means that if that's the baseline, then if something rises into the 100K space or the 1 million space, then we're making $100 a video, you know, $10, $100. And cool, I'll look in a minute. That's awesome. Yeah, and like if you could watch it, share it with all your friends. I know you have a lot of friends. Blitz it out at work. Like, I'm just trying to get YouTube to get it. Get the picture, YouTube. I'm good at this. Because we're in the middle of a big transition. Without disclosing things, forms of employment may disappear, but life in Japan is something we're going to continue, which means the community is going to have to turtle up and carry our family on their back through monetization, views, eventually through joining the channel, fun stuff like that. Like, the season's coming where this might be legitimately what we need.